footytips.com.au TV.
Welcome to footytips.com.au TV. My name's Francis Leach and I'm here with Beverly O'Connor. And Bev, we're here to help people pick a few winners.
Absolutely. Become the office hero if you can.
And round 10 starts on Friday night at the MCG. Fremantle and Collingwood, the Pies, a breakthrough win. Their first win at the Gabba in 12 years last week. Can they beat the Dockers at the G?
That might be the thing that actually stands in their way, having to come back from a very big road trip, getting over that big Brisbane game. But look, I have to say, I think the Collingwood are running into a bit of form. I think they're looking terrific. Freo don't always travel that well, and I don't think they've hit their straps yet this year.
Well, last year the Dockers came to the MCG late in the season or mid-season, and they really kick-started their season with a win against Collingwood at the MCG. But a bloke by the name of Jeff Farmer kicked six that day.
And he ain't there.
He ain't going to be there, so it's going to be a massive task. I don't think the Dockers have ever had a Friday night at the G. So This is a new territory for them as well.
Bit dewy on the ground, I'm going for the Pies.
Pavlich, big chance to kick a bag of goals, but Taz is back. Chris Tarrant against his old team, and Medhurst as well in the other direction. I'm with Collingwood as well on that one. Now, Beverly, I need you to do this for me. La, 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 la. Hide yourself because it's Melbourne and Adelaide at the MCG.
I'm predicting a breakthrough win. This is going to be 1-9. This can't go on, this drought.
Their last win, Melbourne, was in September last year, the first game of the finals against the Saints. It's been tough. Last weekend was a heartbreaker. Mark Rashido is going to be back this week for the Crows, but they have some ruck problems. No Jonathan Griffin. Ben Hudson's hobbling at training. Jeff White has a massive opportunity to take this game by the scruff of the neck.
He hasn't been in the best form, Jeff White, but I think this is the opportunity for him to really settle down. We had a great last quarter last week. They know the sort of footy they can play. Melbourne to break the drought for me.
Oh, the Crows' last visit to the MCG was a good one. They flogged the Dogs in round 2, and I'm sorry to tell you, Bev.
Fingers in ears.
La, 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 la. I think the Crows might be too good with the Roo back in harness. Massive game on Saturday afternoon at Subiaco. The Kangaroos head to play the West Coast Eagles. Chris Judd will be there.
Yes, he will. He is in, but don't forget Daniel Kerr is still out. And we really noticed his loss in terms of that midfield last week.
They've lost 2 of their last 3, so that's big news. They've come back to the pack a bit. The Kangaroos have won 6 in a row for the first time since
Shannon Grant in great form.
Brent Harvey, 6 in a row, first time since their premiership year of 1999. Big question. And this could be the smoky if you're looking for, I guess, a tip to get you back in action to be the office hero. Do you think they can win at Subi?
Not the way the Kangaroos played last weekend for mine. I think the West Coast will bounce back. They're going to want to bounce back from that poor form of last weekend, the West Coast for me.
Should be a ripper game though. Also, Saturday night, Richmond and Brisbane at the Telstra Dome. The Lions have hit a bit of a form slump. They got beaten badly last week by the Pies. They've lost last 3.
Jonathan Brown's kicking is shocking. It's really off target at the moment.
The Tigers. What do we say about Richmond? If you guys at Melbourne have been having a tough time of it, they've been having an even tougher time. They keep playing with real spirit. They haven't dropped their bundle except for that one disaster against Geelong. Can they make this their first win for the season?
Oh, I think this is line ball, but I'm going to go for the Tigers because I think really it's got to happen eventually.
I think I'm going to stick with the Lions. I really want Richmond to win this just for the spirit of the club, but I think Jonathan Brown will expose Richmond's lack of a really good quality tall defender, and if anyone can do it, it'll be him. So let's hope for the Tigers for you yellow and blacks out there, but for me, I think it might be the Lions. Saturday night, we head to the SCG as well for Sydney and Essendon. The Bombers heading up there to take on the Swans, who were great against the Dogs at Manuka last Sunday afternoon, and they're back in form, the Swannies.
And I think the Swannies wanted to prove last weekend that this is no fluke. They really are. They've started the year pretty well. They've had a few little form slumps, but I think they've hit their straps again. Essendon, to me, just too inconsistent. The road trip's not going to do them very, very much good.
They played okay last weekend to win, and they've won their last 2, but I think you might be right. The Swans, Everett and Jolly, the ruck combination have been devastating in the last few weeks, and Barry Hall playing a bit further up the ground, getting plenty of the footy. And
a lot of confidence around that team at the moment.
Gee, they're tough, aren't they? They know how to win. So I think we both agree that the Swans will win that one. I reckon the game of the round is actually at Amy Stadium this weekend. Port Adelaide and Hawthorn. Port were flogged last week by the Cats, exposed.
Absolutely. Hawthorn were just in terrific form. Again, though, I have to say, West Coast were missing a few, so I wouldn't be... Everyone's saying they're the real deal. They're looking fantastic, but I don't think they really beat a full-strength West Coast side. So I think going over there, another road trip for them, I think Port Adelaide will bounce back.
Hawks haven't won there since they beat the Port Adelaide team against the Power in that memorable final in 2001 where John Barker kicked those miraculous goals at the end of the game. But Luke Hodge is in fantastic form. I almost called him
is.
Brad Hodge there. He's been wonderful for them. They've got Brad Sewell, who'll probably sit on one of the Burgoyne boys and make it tough for them. I think Port, but if the Hawks can win this, I think we have to start talking about them as a top 4 contender.
Absolutely.
Carlton and the Western Bulldogs on the weekend as well. Both teams disappointing last weekend, particularly the Dogs after their big win against Collingwood the week before. How do you read the Doggies' form?
They're a little bit all over the place, and I think that's the problem. They've got young kids still running into a bit of form, so that you're going to get that inconsistency. Carlton's in the same boat, but I think they gave Adelaide for a run for their money last week. This is going to be a close game, but the Doggies for me.
Yeah, the Blues conceded 6 goals in one quarter last weekend. In the end, that was the difference in the game against the Crows. They really missed Nick Stevens in the middle. I think that might be the difference for me. I'm going to go for the Dogs. Robert Murphy hopefully returning as well. So
big get back.
Absolutely. Yep. And then we run to the last game of the weekend. The Saints. Come on, Saints.
Robert Harvey out. How many more could you lose?
Oh, look, they gave me a call this week to see if I was ready to go, but maybe not. Against the Cats, who have been in extraordinary form, Geelong.
And this is the other team that I think are the two Melbourne, between Hawthorn and Geelong. They really are looking exciting for the Melbourne teams. Just such confidence that the Cats are showing. I don't think you're going to be able to get over them.
It's going to be very hard. They'll probably bring Tom Hawkins in as well and expose St Kilda's lack of height in defence. But the Saints will get a few back. Jason Graham will hopefully return. Maybe Sam Fisher's back as well and playing good football. Max Hudson possibly. So do you think we've got a chance?
None, I'm afraid. No hope at all. The Saints will not get over the Cats, so the Cats for me.
Oh, it hurts me to agree with you on that one, but I think you might be right. Well, that's it for this week on footytips.com.au TV. Here are our selections for round 10. I hope you go well, and a good chance to become your office hero, Beverly. We'll catch you next week.
Absolutely.
footytips.com.au TV.